Ethan was a thrifter, always hunting for retro treasures at yard sales and second-hand shops. One rainy Saturday, he stumbled across a bulky, dust-covered CRT television at a garage sale in a quiet suburb. The seller, an old woman with nervous eyes, practically begged him to take it for free. "Just get it out of my house," she whispered, glancing at the set like it was watching her. Ethan lugged the TV back to his cramped apartment, excited to hook it up for some nostalgic gaming. It was a beast. 1970s wood paneling, heavy as sin, with a convex screen that reflected his face in a warped, ghostly way. He plugged it in, and the screen buzzed to life, displaying a storm of static. No matter how he fiddled with the dials, no channels came through, just that endless hissing snow. That night, as Ethan drifted off to sleep on the couch, the static grew louder. Not just noise, but something in it, a rhythm, a whisper. He snapped awake, heart pounding, and stared at the screen. The static seemed to swirl, forming shapes, faint outlines of faces, hands, eyes. Then, clear as day, a voice cut through. "Ethan!" He yanked the plug from the wall. The screen went black, but the whispers didn't stop. They were in the room now, slithering from the corners, the shadows, the air itself. "We see you," they hissed. Ethan's breath caught. He swore he saw movement in the reflection of the dead screen, a figure standing behind him. But when he spun around, no one was there. The next day, Ethan tried to laugh it off. A bad dream, he told himself. He plugged the TV back in, determined to fix it. But the static returned, thicker, almost liquid. The whispers grew insistent. "Come closer. Look deeper." Against his better judgment, Ethan leaned in. The screen flickered, and for a split second he saw himself. Not a reflection, but a version of him, standing in a dark, endless void, staring back with hollow eyes. Terrified, Ethan called his friend Mia, a tech whiz who dabbled in paranormal forums. She came over, skeptical, but curious. Mia hooked the TV to a signal analyzer, and her face paled. "This isn't just noise," she said. "There's a pattern, like a broadcast, but it's not from any station. It's targeted." She traced the signal to a frequency that shouldn't exist, one reserved for emergency broadcasts that hadn't been used in decades. That night, Mia stayed over, and they kept the TV on, recording everything. The whispers grew into voices, multiple, overlapping, pleading, and threatening. "Join us. You can't leave." The screen showed glimpses of a place, a gray, fog-choked landscape filled with shambling figures, their faces blurred but familiar. Ethan swore one of them looked like his late grandfather, who died when Ethan was a kid. Mia found a forum post about the static signal, an urban legend from the 70s. Old TVs, the post claimed, could sometimes act as receivers for a signal from somewhere else, a place where the dead lingered, trapped in a looping broadcast of their final moments. The post warned, "Don't look too long. They want out. They'll use you to do it." Panicked, Ethan and Mia tried to destroy the TV. They smashed the screen, but the static poured out like smoke, filling the room. The whispers became screams. Shadows moved in the haze, reaching for them. Ethan grabbed a hammer and shattered the TV's circuits, and the room went silent. The static cleared. The whispers stopped. But Ethan wasn't the same. He started seeing the static everywhere, in mirrors, in his phone screen, even in his dreams. Mia noticed he'd zone out, muttering to himself, his eyes fixed on nothing. One night, she woke to find him gone. The broken TV was back in the living room, its screen intact, glowing with static. On it was Ethan, Standing in that gray, foggy place, his face blank, his voice joining the whispers, "Come closer." Mia never saw him again. The TV vanished from the apartment the next day. Some say it's out there still, showing up at thrift stores or garage sales, waiting for someone new to plug it in.